Morning, and the sharp smell of chlorine hisses through the air. I stand at the edge of the pool, watching the flickered reflections of the strip lights above. It looks so innocent, so welcoming, a neat turquoise oblong of holiday dreams. I shiver, though it isn't cold. The mornings always come too fast. Evelyn stands beside me. This isn't the first time we've been paired together, and she knows I'm still nervous. Knows I'm quicker than her too, though she tries to forget this. Remember, you'll have a warning. You should have time. Sometimes you can see the ink. She pulls at her costume, readjusting the amulet hemmed securely into the straps, and exposing the deep purple welts ridged up the wrinkle of her collarbone. See these? I was almost caught once, years back. Saw the ink first though and managed to pull it off. I've got faster since. She glances at the others, an uneasy huddle in the chlorinated air, and leans in conspiratorially. You're Dot's girl, aren't you? I heard. I just wanted to... She sighs. Look, all that stuff you hear, that it can't sense you if you wear green, if you hold your breath and curl up. Even that thing about eating beetroot, none of it's true. You just need to kick, girl. Kick and breathe. I can see the grate down below. A square, dark mouth beneath the ripples. Ready? I've learned that the best way is to focus on the lengths. Count them down. 40 to go. The whistle blows. We dive in. I remember my mother standing in the blood-warm water. She knee-deep, I knee-high. Desperate hands grip my shoulders, fingers pinching, voice tight. Please, Annie. You know you have to. You have to learn so you're first when the time comes. We all have to be first now. Just try for me, please. So I submerge and kick. The water's foaming behind me. 1, 2, 1, 2, kick, breathe. 36. Up ahead, I can see Evelyn. Pink cap cleaving a fin-like channel through the water. Most of the older ones choose breaststroke, though it's slower. If it happens, but you'll still see it coming. Freestyle gets you out quicker for those who believe that they can outswim fate. You can always tell the back crawlers though, even in the changing room before. Concrete mouths and silent eyes. If it comes for them, they don't want to know. Like a light bulb when the fuse blows. A sudden surge and snap. Darkness. 28. It wasn't always this way, my mother told me furtively. Before, the government didn't really care. As a girl, she'd pop in with a friend, string-tied hips and cherry lips, eyeing up the lifeguard. Lifeguard? Nothing serious, a quick dip and a gossipy machine coffee after. But then came the coup and the new regime. The nation wasn't fit, they said. It was fat. Enough of the chips and the dips and the telly, the working hours lost and the healthcare strain. Resources were scarce, and the people must be mobilised, made strong and healthy for this new era of homeland self-sufficiency. 40 40 lengths, 3 times a week. If you won't or can't keep up, we simply have no use for you. 28. I can see Evelyn tiring. She pauses briefly at the end of the pool, holds her amulet to muttering lips, and my heart shivers at the thought of her pale legs dangling over that inky gash beneath. If it opens now, she catches my eye and grimaces, seeing she's the only one who's stopped, takes a breath and pushes off. 20. Halfway. The worst part is the unknowing. Though you've a clear half hour before that heart-mouth groan of iron bars drawing back, they don't always. They keep you on edge, a roulette of black depths and red fear. I've seen it happen only twice. If you know you're quick, you can almost forget. Focus on the legs and the arms and the stretch, pull, glide. Clamber out to rough-toweled relief and your tag swiped green, for today at least. Then you can look down, if you want to. There's pleasure and fear postponed. Not everyone manages, though. At the 30-minute siren, they thrash harder, panic lifting limbs to freakish angles, eyes wide and wild. Finally, you see them shadow the other swimmers, frantic human seals, seeking safety in numbers and praying that if it comes to it, the other will be the slower. Selfish, maybe, but then my mother was not selfish enough. I have learned her lesson. 13. I was too young to remember it. So in school they showed us pictures of before. Families slumped in monochrome apathy, glazed eyes reflecting screens, pointedly captioned, "The perils of lethargy." A woman spilling over 2 tight jeans with a cutaway diagram and insistent arrows jabbing at her subcutaneous tissue. The hidden killer, and we pay the price. The greasy anticipation of a man ripping into a carton of fried chicken. Real men resist. See, my teacher told us, see how it used to be? How their self-indulgence cheated hard-working people like us, we who make the effort to take our health seriously. Don't you agree we're better off without them? 8. I pound my legs forward. I know I've still time, though I'm cutting it finer than usual. A few have finished already and hover in the gallery above, an amphitheatre where their floral costumes jar discordantly against the stark white seats. In the early days, the sessions were mixed, until they realised that at the siren men could usually outswim women, who were then picked off at a faster rate. Not good for national morale, that. So now they segregate us. As long as you show up for your assigned sessions, there'll be no trouble for you. There was a girl in my class who refused, said it was stupid and she was a human being and had rights. She wasn't at her desk the next morning. Later, someone said that they saw her up north, face and neck crisscrossed with mottled red sores. I don't let myself remember what that looked like. 2. Too slow. As I turn, thrust soles hard against the tiled wall, the wail of the siren rips through the thick air. I see Evelyn. What's she got to go? 10, 12? No time to think. And as I float over the grate for the final time, I see it. A murky cloud which hisses up between the open bars and out through the water. For a moment, I am frozen as she flashes through my mind. My mother, laughing in her too large patent heels, duetting with the radio, standing in mute elation on top of one of our hilltop walks as the wind whips through her curls. Her face, a slack, blotched oval in that cool, candlelit room. As the ink dissolves, the shadows solidify, thick, suckered tentacles shooting blindly upwards, grasping at the tiled floor and straining to pull up the dark mass lurking beneath. Evelyn appears beside me. Move! And I do, white-hot panic breath and numb limbs flailing. 1, 2, 1, 2, the edge, the steps and out. I can hear her screams. I see the faces of the women stood above me. I don't turn to look back. Selfish.